Humans have long enjoyed sailing on the surface of the ocean with their ships, but there are legends and rumors of mermaids living under the sea. Prince Eric will soon be one of the first to come to know one of these elusive creatures. Fathoms below at that moment, King Triton's kingdom is gathering for a Little Mermaid musical. Sebastian the Crab has prepared a masterpiece composition for the king. The concert starts with a number of mermaids, but the focus of this concert is on a mermaid with an especially beautiful voice, Ariel. To everyone's shock, the Little Mermaid is missing. Lesson 1. Responsibility means not letting others down. Ariel is still learning how to be responsible and has forgotten all about the musical. She is currently sidetracked with exploring a sunken ship with her closest friend, Flounder. Ariel loves collecting trinkets that have come from the human world. Searching sunken ships isn't without danger, however. Lesson 2. Weigh the risks of life. Ariel feels that the reward of finding human treasures is worth the risk of running into sharks. After finding human trinkets, she brings them to Scuttle, the seagull, who gives her inaccurate information about human culture. For example, he calls a fork a dinglehopper and says it's for brushing hair. Lesson 3. Errors by teachers are passed on to their students. Teachers and advisors hold a great responsibility to make sure that what they are teaching is accurate and true. Ariel suddenly realizes that she has forgotten the concert and rushes back home. Meanwhile, the witch, Ursula, has been watching the Little Mermaid through her eels, Flotsam and Jetsam, and is trying to find a way to take over Triton's kingdom. Back under the sea, King Triton and Sebastian are talking to Ariel about how disappointed they are in her missing the concert. When Flounder tries to stand up for her, he accidentally reveals that they were at a sunken ship. King Triton blows up and reminds Ariel that anything related to humans is off limits. Lesson 4. People with tempers often hurt others. Ariel is hurt by the king's harsh words and how little he listens to her. Even the king realizes he is a little too harsh. The king tasks Sebastian with keeping an eye on Ariel, so the crab follows her and Flounder to her secret grotto, a cave with a collection of human contraband. Ariel is amazed at all the things that humans make and has a growing curiosity about humans and sings about what it would be like to be part of your world. Lesson 5. Learning other languages and cultures is best done in their country. Between all the bad information from Scuttle and little snippets she learns from her trinkets, Ariel actually knows little about human life on land. She really needs to visit in person if she wants to learn more. When Sebastian confronts Ariel about her contraband, she pleads with him not to tell the king. As they talk, Ariel sees a shadow from the ocean's surface and goes to investigate. At the surface, they are mesmerized by the fireworks. Ariel goes closer to the ship and is entranced by the music and dancing, but especially by the handsome looks of Prince Eric. She overhears him talking about finding the right girl someday, and she can't help but daydream about it possibly being her. Lesson 6. Wait for the right person before falling in love. Prince Eric didn't settle for other girls. He was waiting for the right girl for him. In a moment, the weather changed and a great storm came over the ship. Not only does lightning catch the ship on fire, but they also shipwreck on some rocks. Prince Eric is stuck on board when the whole ship blows up. As he sinks underwater, Ariel saves Eric and brings him back to land. While she waits for him to wake up, she sings with her beautiful voice. Prince Eric meets Ariel for the first time, and he feels like her voice and face is like that of an angel. They are interrupted when Max the dog finds Eric. As the Little Mermaid watches him leave from a nearby rock, she again expresses her desire to be part of your world. Also watching this whole encounter is Ursula. Ursula's evil plan is beginning to hatch, and it's going to involve Ariel and the prince. Back under the sea, it becomes apparent to the other mermaids and King Triton that Ariel is in love. Lesson 7. Body language reveals our inner feelings. Ariel is about to run off again to meet the prince. But Sebastian stops her and tries to convince her that life is better under the sea. He gathers a multitude of fish to sing along. Lesson 8. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Sebastian actually makes a good point about trying to convince Ariel that life is good under the sea. It's a good thing to be content with where you are in life. On the other hand, it can be good to explore new options too. Lesson 9. Don't be afraid to branch out and try new adventures. Ariel had already explored many of the undersea adventures, but she was ready to try something new and see what wasn't under the sea. This must be a common Disney princess theme. The king's messenger arrives and tells Sebastian that the king wants to talk to him. King Triton mistakenly thinks that Ariel has fallen in love with a merman and asks Sebastian to give him more details. Sebastian tries to explain how he tried to stop her. But when Triton learns Ariel saved a human, he is furious. Flounder has a surprise for Ariel back in the grotto. I'm not sure how he got it there, but the statue of Eric from the sunken ship is a perfect gift for Ariel. The king shows up at that moment and sees everything Ariel has collected over the years. In his rage, King Triton yells at Ariel. Lesson 10. No one wins when people start yelling. Everyone, including the king, feels bad afterward. At her moment of weakness, the eels Flotsam and Jetsam come and tell Ariel that Ursula can help. Lesson 11. Be careful not to make big decisions when feeling emotional. Unfortunately, Ariel, still emotionally upset, decides to listen to the eels and goes to the evil witch. At the witch's lair, our Little Mermaid meets Ursula, and the witch explains how she has helped many poor, unfortunate souls. Ursula's deal is that Ariel gives up her voice, and in exchange, Ariel becomes human. Oh, one more catch. Ariel only has 3 days to get the prince to kiss her. Otherwise, she turns back into a mermaid and becomes a prisoner to the witch back under the sea. To the shock of her friends, she agrees to the binding contract. Ariel gives up her voice and becomes human. Flounder and Sebastian help her onto the land, and here it finally sinks in that Ariel has become human. So far, it seems to be going well. Ariel loves the land. Sebastian agrees to help her in her quest to get the prince to fall in love with her and kiss the girl. First task, however, is to get the girl some clothes. Lesson 12. When starting on a journey, find good companions. Ariel fortunately has the help of Sebastian, Scuttle, and Flounder, and they will be a huge help to her for the coming adventure. Thanks to the nose of Max, the prince finds Ariel on the beach and they introduce themselves. Ariel has to do her best to communicate without using words since she gave up her voice. Lesson 13. Make the most of your situation. Ariel does her best with what she has despite her limitations. Ariel is taken back to the palace and is given a bath and proper clothes. At dinner with Prince Eric, she's eager to show how much she knows about human culture. Lesson 14. Be careful showing off what you know. As it turns out, she doesn't know as much as she thinks. Ariel is making good progress in attracting Eric, and after a very exciting day, she easily falls asleep on the bed. Lesson 15. When days are busy, a good night of sleep is crucial. Having the energy she'll need for tomorrow depends on how well she'll sleep tonight. Meanwhile, back under the sea, King Triton does not know where Ariel is and is frantically looking through the whole kingdom for her. The next day, Ariel continues to have new experiences with Prince Eric and learns to love the land. Lesson 16. Lots of experiences help when getting to know someone. That evening, they were on a boat, just the two of them, a perfect opportunity to kiss the girl. Sebastian gets the help of various water creatures to help sing along and set the romantic atmosphere to get him to kiss the girl. Lesson 17. Persistence pays off. From the beginning, Ariel has stayed focused on her desire to see the human world, and then to pursue Prince Eric. They almost make it to the point where he's warmed up enough to kiss the girl, but the boat is flipped at just the last moment and the opportunity is lost. Turns out the eels and Ursula are behind the boat flipping, and she is actively working to ruin Ariel's plans. Prince Eric is feeling torn between searching for the girl on the beach that had the beautiful voice and pursuing this new beautiful girl without a voice. Just as it seems he's made up his mind to pursue Ariel regardless of her voice, a mystery maiden arrives and puts a spell on Eric. The final day that Ariel has to win Eric over, she wakes up with great news from Scuttle that the prince has decided to have a wedding. She rushes downstairs only to realize that Eric is with a mystery maiden. Ariel is understandably devastated. Lesson 18. Even when all seems lost, don't give up hope. As the wedding ship heads off into the sunset, Ariel is about to receive some very surprising news. Scuttle comes back from the wedding ship and tells Ariel that the mystery maiden is actually Ursula. Understanding now that Eric didn't forsake her, but is actually under a spell, she jumps into the water and needs to make it to the ship. Lesson 19. Fight for what's right. Ariel and the animals know that what Ursula is doing is wrong, and they are ready to go and fight. As the wedding proceeds and the sun is setting, it seems that they're going to be too late. But all the animals that Scuttle and Flounder have rounded up arrive to crash the party. In the middle of the fight, they break the seashell that holds Ariel's voice captive. When it shatters, it gives Ariel her voice back, and the spell on Eric is broken. But just when Eric is about to kiss her, the sun sets and Ariel turns back into a little mermaid. Ursula grabs Ariel and takes her back under the sea. She doesn't make it far before encountering King Triton. Unfortunately, even King Triton can't destroy the binding contract between Ariel and the witch. There is a solution she offers, however. Ursula makes a deal with King Triton to free Ariel if he agrees to take her place. Lesson 20. The greatest act of love is to sacrifice oneself. King Triton shows how far he is willing to go for his little mermaid. Prince Eric isn't ready to lose Ariel again, though. He dives under the water and helps in the fight against Ursula. This only provokes Ursula more, and she transforms into a massive monster. Eric still doesn't give up in this final battle. He boards a sunken ship, steers it toward Ursula, and the ship strikes home. With the evil witch taken care of, the merpeople were freed and are released from Ursula's lair, including King Triton. All seems to be heading towards a happy ending, but the king sees one little mermaid not completely happy yet. Lesson 21. Do good for others when it is in your power. King Triton grants Ariel her greatest desire and allows her to be human again. And yes, Eric finally gets to kiss the girl. Prince Eric has a wedding on his ship after all, but this time, it is with the girl he really loves. Lesson 22. Keep fighting for your dreams. Ariel's and Eric's perseverance to never give up helped them reach this happy ending, and now Ariel gets to fully experience being part of their world. And they lived happily ever after.